for school funding and a lot. Let me quote a hadith. You will do me a great favor, brothers, if you will be quiet. Let me quote a hadith. I quoted this hadith in Perth, and a Muslim brother got very angry. But I love him. He recited the Quran very beautifully. He got up and he went after me with very powerful language in Perth. Listen to the hadith. It is in the Sunan of Tirmizi. The question is, why are some ulama behaving in this way? It is in the Sunan of Tirmizi. It is narrated by Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu. And the Prophet ﷺ said, listen carefully to the hadith, يُوشِكُ أَن يَأْتِيَ عَلَى النَّاسِ زَمَانٍ. It will not be long before that time will come upon us, come upon the people. لَا يَبْقَى مِنَ الْإِسْلَامِ إِلَّا اسْمُ. When nothing will remain of Islam except the name. وَلَا يَبْقَى مِنَ الْقُرْآنِ إِلَّا رَسْمُ. And when nothing will remain of the Quran now except the traces of the writing, namely the guidance which is in the Quran is no longer applied in society. People are not bothering about it. مَسَاجِدُهُمْ آمِرَةٌ وَهِيَ خَرَابٌ مِنَ الْهُدَى. When that time comes, then those people amongst whom nothing now remains of Islam except the name, their masajid would be 5-star. You know what's a 5-star masjid? But totally devoid of guidance. Those people. Not all. Ulama'uhum. Their ulama. Not all the ulama. Their ulama. عُلَمَاؤُهُمْ شَرُّ النَّاسِ مِمَّنْ تَحْتَ أَدِيمِ السَّمَاءِ. Their ulama would be the worst people beneath the sky. مِنْ عِنْدِهِمْ تَخْرُجُ الْفِتْنَةِ وَفِيهِمْ تَعُودُ. They will be the centers of fitna, a test and a trial for a people, corrupting the people. And so, if you share with me the belief which I have, that we are living in that age today, it is now absolutely imperative for us to seek to make a distinction between those who are the true ulama and those who are now the worst people beneath the sky. Islamic banking systems and projects seem to fail in Pakistan, South Africa, elsewhere. Even the Saudis are now borrowing from the IMF. Is there no way for Muslim billionaires, princes and sultans to bring the true Islamic banking to the masses? I have already spoken on this subject. The Prophet ﷺ prophesied that we would follow those who came before us, step by step. And even if they were to go down into a lizard's hole, he said, we will follow them into the lizard's hole. So they asked, O Messenger of Allah, who are you talking about, the Jews and the Christians? He said, who else? The Jews, long before this, established this banking system which today we call Islamic banking. What the Islamic banks are doing around the world is lending money on interest and disguising it as a sale. Yes? I have explained in other lectures how this so-called murabaha operates. I don't think it's necessary for me to repeat it here tonight. Oh yes, we have the videos at the back on the subject of riba, which will explain to you how what they call murabaha is not murabaha, it's false. It is riba. But it's not riba through the front door. It's riba through the back door. And you can tell them. Imran Hussein said, it stinks. It's worse than riba from the front door. And they should be ashamed of themselves for this riba through the back door, the so-called Islamic banking system. However, when an Islamic bank is engaged in transactions which are halal, and they do have transactions which are halal, then that is beneficial. What we should do is to try to encourage them to make all of their transactions halal. But guess what's going to happen? If an Islamic bank removes all the haram transactions and becomes totally halal, they will destroy it. Yes, it will be destroyed. It will not be allowed to survive. Yeah. You have trashed publicly the gift of the palm-top computer. Is this Islamic? No, I did not trash it. No. I did not trash it. I said if something is not of use to you, it has no utility for you, it is better to use that money, those resources that Allah has provided for you, use it in a manner which is productive. But you do not trash something that someone gives to you as a gift. No, you show respect for a gift. All right? The people in Cape Town who are known for their hospitality would be ashamed to hear you mock and make fun and laugh at their way of life, their homes and their mosques, and you say that you're going back to Cape Town to apologize, I hope? No. I have told them in South Africa what I told you here tonight. Yes. It is not an Imran Hussein with double standards, no. I have found a lot of Islam in South Africa. I have found a Muslim community in South Africa in which I have very great pride. Much better Muslims than I've found in many other parts of the world in South Africa. However, I have said to them that it is something extremely dangerous to have a black woman as a domestic servant in every home. Extremely dangerous. That it will be in your interest to try to build a multi-racial fraternity in a Muslim village, where the black and the white and the brown and the yellow will live as a family. And the South African Muslim community has responded positively to that. And there are many now who are actively trying to establish the Muslim village in South Africa, which will bring all the races together as one family. If this is not done, then there is very grave danger awaiting the Muslim community in South Africa. Can we restore the Sunnah money individually in our daily businesses? My opinion is no. What can we do right now about using Sunnah money in today's society? The only answer that I have is that you cannot do it at the macro level. The only possible response that can succeed is the micro level, and that is the Muslim village with a Muslim market. This is the only response I'm capable of. But if now that you have been taught the subject, if you have a better response, please share it with me in an email. All right, let me answer 5 more questions because the audience is getting restless. 5 more, okay? Should we go to the Muslim country to live in the hope of preserving our deen? If so, which country? If you go back to Pakistan and you go to the cities of Pakistan, you find the same thing that you find in Sydney, no different. Same thing that you find in Manhattan, no different, okay? Because all the cities around the world today are all becoming the same, centers of godlessness. If you go out of Sydney or out of Karachi and look for land where land is cheap and where there's water, and you don't go as one individual but you go as a group,